Then I read another book called Meltdown, a free market look at why the stock market collapsed, the economy tanked, and government bailouts will make things worse. You think I have a good job? Yeah. What'd you do this weekend? Captain Fun. All right, so Thomas Woods is the author of Meltdown. Is he on the phone with me?
Sure am.
Tom.
Yes.
Hey, Tom, how are you, sir?
I saw Taken this weekend, too. I'm great.
Do you have daughters?
I have 3 daughters. The oldest is 5. Yeah, they're not leaving the house.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, it just wouldn't let up. Now, I just don't go to a lot of movies lately. You know, I get my thrills from reading books like yours.
Oh, thanks.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack by the end of that darn thing.
Yeah, it's excellent. I want Liam Neeson defending me.
Yeah, you know what, though? May I just sidebar here? I'm sorry for anybody who didn't see this movie. But were you a little pissed at his crappy friends? His friends, they come over, they have beers. Yeah, we were in war. We were all in CIA. Where are your friends now, man? Okay, I'll do something for you on the computer, but you're on your own. You got 96 hours to find your daughter. How about a little help? Jeez. Okay, so, all right. So, Tom, I thought of you this morning, and this is why we called you. I thought of you this morning after reading your book this weekend. I turn on the news, and I heard 3 talking heads all say the same thing. We've got to do something.
Oh.
And I'm trying to make the case that no, sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. And I had never heard of the Depression of 1920 until I read your book. Could you teach the Depression of 1920 to America?
Oh, could I? I'd be thrilled to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of the Great Depression of 1920, and the reason is the government didn't try to get us out of it. It was far worse. If you actually look at employment and production, it was worse than the first year of the Depression of 29 that everyone has heard of. And what did the government do? Did we have a fiscal stimulus? To the contrary, the government did everything that fashionable economics today tells us it shouldn't do. It actually cut the budget. So you had a negative stimulus, according to them, but to me, that's a wonderful thing to do. You reduce the power of the parasitic sector over the rest of the economy. That's great. And did the Federal Reserve System inflate the money supply? They hardly did anything. They didn't even know what to do. And the president at the time, by 1921, was Warren Harding, sort of an amiable enough guy, but by the time it occurred to him to try something, the thing was over. And the U.S. was back to setting production records. So I think there is a lesson here when you compare it to what did they do in 1929. You know, your book you talk about there by Bert Folsom. I love Bert Folsom. You know,
have you read this one? Have you read this?
I haven't yet, no, but I'm sure it's good.
Oh, you should read it, and I mean, he's probably not going to check. You should plagiarize some of the stuff and just put it in.
Well, I got some stuff in Meltdown about the Great Depression. And
yeah, no, I know you do.
I mean, when you look at 1929 and thereafter, you get exactly the opposite. They say, you know what, we're going to roll up our sleeves and fix this thing. And gee, you know, what an interesting coincidence. It goes on for year after year after year. And today, of course, we're being told that, you know, Hoover is like Bush and Obama's like FDR. Well, look, let's make clear. I mean, Hoover was not a free market guy. That was the problem. He wouldn't let the market adjust.
But wait, hang on just a second. Because the one thing I do like in your book is you said at one point, you know, the conservatives are now blaming the Community Reinvestment Act, and they're blaming the Democrats, and that's not going to get us anywhere because that's just only part of the story. You can't tell me that Bush. I think Bush is very much Hoover because he did about as much, if I'm not mistaken, as Hoover did. He got in there and rolled up his sleeves and said, we're going to take this thing on. I'm going to dismantle the system to clean the system up. You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I couldn't agree more. My point was that the way the analogy is being made is that the idea is that Bush and Hoover sat back and did nothing, whereas the saviors, FDR and Obama, are going to come rescue us. Whereas, to the contrary, if only Bush and Hoover had sat back and done nothing, we'd be in far better shape. Now, I know, you know, you're right. It's hard to argue we should, quote unquote, do nothing, because then it seems like, well, you have nothing to recommend. So, I mean, my version of doing nothing would be just start cutting everything you can possibly cut. Just cut like crazy. If the American people have to cut back, you know, why should the government be getting new offices, you know, in the name of stimulus?
Can I tell you something? This makes me so mad, Thomas, because if you look at what's going on, You're exactly right. Every business in America is cutting back. Every business in America is laying people off. Everybody is reevaluating, et cetera, et cetera. The government is expanding and building new offices and building new ships and everything else. And you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute. Why do the economics of my level not somehow magically work at the government level? What makes us think that it's different in the White House than it is in our house?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I mean, and of course, this stimulus package is mainly just a way to buy votes and stuff. It doesn't actually work. If it worked, Japan would be doing great, but it's been in the dumps for 18 years because its government created a housing bubble over there, and then when it burst, it tried to fight against reality, propping up prices, and the result was they tried every stimulus you could imagine. They lowered interest rates to zero. They flooded the economy with money. They almost nationalized their banks. And what's the result? A lot more debt. The economy's still in the tank. The real estate market is where it was in 1975. So what they're going to do in America is the same thing. They're going to try to fight against reality. When prices are trying to come down, they're going to try and keep them up. It's not going to work, and all we'll have is a whole lot more debt on our shoulders.
Okay, so I want to go. We're going to take a break, and I want to go here and to then what should we be doing today, and what is the real culprit that no one will talk about? Everyone will talk about the rich. Everyone will talk about corporate America being greedy. Everybody will talk about Bernie Madoff. But what is the elephant in the room? More in a second. We have Tom Woods on the phone. He's got a new book out called Meltdown. This explains how we got here, and then explains what do we do from here. And I was just talking to Tom on the phone. You're a professor, right? You're a professor?
I've been a professor, but now I'm a fellow at the Ludwig von Mises Institute. I just write all the time.
Oh, I love the Ludwig von Mises Institute. The hell is the Ludwig?
The Ludwig von Mises Institute, MISES.org, is pretty much the oasis of sanity in the midst of the lunacy going on, because we promote Austrian economics, the economics of Hayek and Ludwig von Mises, and all the economists who actually predicted this type of boom-bust cycle. Hayek won the Nobel Prize for it. And we're, of course, exactly the type of economists who are ignored now, even though we called it. You have to watch TV, and everybody says, no one could have seen this coming. Well, we saw it.